largest lineups Honda has ever had. And now is the best time to purchase or lease one. Visit your local Honda dealer now. Remember, only a Honda is a Honda.
Barley and Pie Brewing Company is Fleming Island's first and only craft brewery. Founded by the co-founder and brewmaster of Wicked Barley, Barley and Pie serves up local brews made right in your backyard. Hungry? Dive into their sourdough Neapolitan pizza, made fresh in-house every day. Find your new go-to spot in Fleming Island at Barley and Pie Brewing Company.
Grab your lucky spot on the couch, because traditions make Sunday easy to enjoy. Bud Light, easy to Sunday, easy to enjoy. Bud Light is the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Copyright 2024. Anheuser-Busch. Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Don't make a bad call when it comes to servicing your home. Cooling off with a baby pool in the house to fix your air conditioning problem is a bad call. Trying to catch a wave in a flooded bathroom is a bad call. Using a burning electrical panel to make s'mores is a bad call. The next time something goes wrong, make a good call to Donovan.
Whether you need air, electric, or plumbing service, Donovan is always a good call. It's why we've been trusted by our customers for almost 40 years and why you can trust us to deliver fast, reliable service to your home. Donovan, always a good call.
Visit DonovanAC.com today.
He thinks he knows what he's talking about.
Of course.
Find out if he does.
Is there anything else we need to know?
Catch CBS Sports senior NFL writer Pete Prisco every Friday afternoon on The Franchi Show. Brought to you by Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles.
Facing a DUI charge or even a boating under the influence charge? Well, I'm your man, DUI lawyer Malcolm Anthony at 285-4LAW. 285-4LAW. Once again, 285-4LAW.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Rotator cuff injuries are common among athletes and those who have physically demanding careers. Don't let this injury keep you away from the sport you love. Dr. George Barry here, and the first thing you need to do with a serious shoulder injury is to diagnose where the damage is and how significant it is. Rotator cuff tears are either acute tears sustained during an injury or accident, or degenerative tears. If you're interested in learning more about rotator cuff repair and how our expert team of orthopedic surgeons can help you, call Barry Orthopedics today or visit barryorthopedics.com.
It's Thanksgiving week, and Monahan Jewelers has the best deals in town with up to 40% off the entire store. Thousands of beautiful pieces are all on sale with fantastic prices on our entire inventory, including up to 30% off on GIA certified diamonds. We're your local family jeweler, so come visit us today and on Small Business Saturday for up to 40% off on diamond studs, engagement rings, colored gemstones, our designer brands, custom design, everything. The name you can trust in fine jewelry, Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
The housing market is as busy as ever on the First Coast. And if you've moved in or moved on, make sure you have a team of trained electricians ready to help. American Electrical can make sure you're up to date electrically and maximize your living experience. Smart home automation services, home theater systems, outdoor and dock lighting, and backup generators. American Electrical can do it all. A team you can trust with highly trained technicians ensuring you have the best living experience. American-Electrical.com, a leader on the First Coast and powered by professionalism.
Anytime I need to send flowers for any reason to anybody, there's no choice for me but Kuhn Flowers. This is 1010XL's Frank Franzi, and I've used Kuhn Flowers dozens of times over the years. Make Kuhn Flowers your choice for when you need to send a floral arrangement.
Where's the world's fastest elevator? The answer coming up.
Hurricane season is here, and now is the time to ask your agent about your homeowner's coverage. It's time to make the change to Southern Oak Insurance.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
The fastest elevator in the world is in the Shanghai Tower in China, traveling 119 floors in less than a minute at about 46 miles an hour.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
Got Thursday Night Football tonight. Steelers may be one of the most undeniable, but yet who are they type of team. Defense is undeniable. Just look at what they did to El Boogie this past week. It was crazy. But then also you're like, who are they? How do they keep getting it done? Two different quarterbacks making the change from one guy who hadn't dotted the L column too often and went to Russell, and Rust ain't Rust anymore. Russell playing pretty good, but now they go on the road. They're talking about lousy weather against Cleveland. I was really surprised when I saw his record on the road in these Thursday Night Football games inside the division in particular. Not a great record, but right now getting all sorts of love for the job he's been doing up there in Pittsburgh.
Oh, absolutely. The Pittsburgh Steelers, I mean, culture and character. You can sometimes they're undefinable as far as what they just win ball games. They play tough, hard-nosed defense. They run the ball. The quarterback is told, "Don't turn it over." That's the way they've been since Chuck Noll.
Yeah. They're consistent.
They're not losing this game tonight, man.
That's a bad you wouldn't think, but take a look at the line. HardRock.bet's got a kind of a low number. And I guess that's
like 3.5.
Yeah, I guess that's just what Pittsburgh is, because Pittsburgh was catching 3 at home this past week, and they just take care of business. They don't put themselves in harm's way too often. Yeah, just 3.5 against Jameis.
A 2-8 team, right? They're 2-8, aren't they?
Yeah, they're one of the teams that's tied with Jacksonville in the win column, and it's only a 3.5-point line.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah, it's just such an interesting one.
Well, it's a rivalry, and Cleveland hates
very
us.
much so.
They hate Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh hates them.
Yeah.
So in those type of games like that, they're slugfest.
And
they're ugly.
And that defense on Cleveland's side is at the very least pretty good, and we'll go toe-to-toe, I would think, against the Pittsburgh offense. All right, the NFL, we're going to get back to college, but at least with this NFL game in mind, let's do a bold fact here, young son.
Here's a bold fact, brought to you by Bold City Brewery, Duval's first craft brewery. Online at boldcitybrewery.com.
Always count on great things. They got a couple of great locations. Bold City Brewery, the production house is right there on Roselle Street. Bold City downtown. As a matter of fact, we are going over there tomorrow, the three of us, to the downtown location and looking forward to putting together our very first craft beer. It's going to be an XLP Hazy. And we're going to help mix up that batch. And then we're going to invite some fans out in about a month's time once that thing just gets to perfection. And so Brian and the boys, they're ready to mix up that batch, and we're looking forward to it. But don't forget, Do
you have a name for it?
It's the XLP Hazy.
Love it.
Yeah, XLP Hazy. And don't forget, tonight, beers, burgers, bingo. They start at 6:30 with bingo. You got $9 smash burgers. Don't let me take $1 off of that. $9 smash burger baskets. And first beer is BOGO. So make sure you check that out at Bold City on Roselle.
Wait, before you go any further, I get it. I understand. I'm sure the Bold City burgers are fantastic. What's with the smash burgers now?
Yeah, because
like when we were growing up, it was always like, don't smash it, man. All the juice comes out.
Well, I think what it is, whenever you hear smash now, it's on a flat top.
I get that, but they literally smash it.
Yeah, because they want to get that sear.
The sear, I get that too. Yeah, but
you're asking the question, and you're saying you already get it. That's exactly what
all
it
is. All the goodness is gone then.
Well, see, it's so funny because TLD and I fight with this argument all the time because I'm with you. Like, why are you squeezing all that? But you got that sear on it. So there's like an exchange, a trade.
Get that on you get a pan really, whatever.
Yeah.
You can still get it with a really hot pan.
Yeah.
Look, the bottom line is it was better when we were growing up, okay? That's the bottom line.
Of course. I think that's what, if I've learned anything from Matt, is that whatever it was better than it is
Sucks now, right?
Yeah. And he applies that to the NBA all the time. All right. So here we go with our bold fact. Going into this past week, Sunday, who had given up the most passing yards and passing touchdowns in the National Football League?
God, it's got to be the Jags. I'm going Jags.
Passing yards, passing touchdowns. Can't be the Jags. Can't be that simple. Can it?
Oh, yeah? Occam's razor, bro.
Say it again?
I said Occam's razor. It's the Jags.
All right, it's not a bad guess. This team sucks, so it's not a bad guess at all. But that is not correct.
Really?
That is not correct.
Who else sucks? The Titans.
I'm going to go to the Saints.
All right, these are all good guesses. Hadn't hit it yet.
Browns.
Nope.
Giants.
Nope.
It's got to be a good team then.
Now you're starting to hunt down the right road.
Wow, interesting.
Now you're picking up that scent.
Yeah, it's got to be a good team.
Steelers?
Nope.
Pass touchdowns.
All right, one last guess.
I'm going to go one more guess, too. I'm going to go Eagles.
All right.
Eagles, that's a good one, actually. That's a really good one. I'm going to go Niners.
Nope. The team going into this past Sunday that had given up more passing yards and more touchdowns.
Oh, into this past Sunday.
I kept saying it.
All right.
I kept
because
making,
now after this Sunday, we all know who it is. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. So I had this question before this past Sunday, and I was going to hang on to it.
You did.
More yards and more touchdowns. And what's interesting, the only way they got past is because they didn't give up a touchdown this past Sunday, but they got beat, and it was the Baltimore Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens, as good as they look at times, gave up more passing yards than any other team and more touchdowns. 22 touchdowns and 294 plus yards per game passing. Now, the second half of the question. Who now leads the National Football League in touchdown passes given up?
Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yes. And by the way, they had just barely passed them because they had stunk for a long time, but Baltimore was still giving up more than them. Now, after that display that we saw from the Detroit Lions on Sunday, they have given up 23. So they only passed Detroit by one touchdown with everything they gave up the other day. Of course, Jahmyr Gibbs was in the end zone. Montgomery was in the end zone running the football. But then Amon-Ra, Jameson, they all got in there. But now Jacksonville leads the league with most touchdowns given up to an opponent. Which brings us real quick to Dan Campbell. And we all talk about what we want here. And Jacksonville's trying to figure out if and when the axe falls, guys lose their jobs, and they're out looking for another guy. Who is it going to be? And you guys know, it's not just on this show that we're talking about Ben Johnson. Plenty of others have been talking about him as well. We really don't know who that next hot guy is going to be. Some are of the opinion that Johnson's a great play caller, but may not be a great ready-to-lead guy. How do you ever know that? How do you know when a guy is ready to lead? And you've seen guys that have been promoted and stepped up. Some, well, actually, few are successes. Most are fails.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard for me to tell. I've never been in that position.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, maybe I can assess when I was at Miami when we left Jimmy and Dennis Erickson.
Okay, that's a good one.
That was a clear.
Good one.
You know, Jimmy was more business, you know, and Erickson was more fun. And that's not a slight at
Substitute
him.
teacher.
I'm just saying that's not a slight at him, but he kind of grew into his own.
Yeah.
You know, when he started winning the big games.
Yeah.
You know, he kind of grew into his own. I mean, so I think you could tell by the way they coach in certain games.
Yeah.
And Erickson coming to Miami had to coach in the big games, and he passed the test.
Well, I mean, Jimmy, the hire of Jimmy was roundly criticized to the Cowboys.
Oh yeah.
When they hired him,
when he went from college to pro.
Yeah, of course it was. Yes, yeah. And so I don't think you're going to know until he faces the fire.
Right.
Whoever it is, be it Ben Johnson or whoever.
Right.
Once you face the fire, then you're going to find out what you got.
Yeah, because when John Harbaugh was hired in Baltimore, you didn't know what he was. You found out. When Mike Tomlin rose to the ranks in Pittsburgh, you didn't know what he was.
Not only that,
you found out.
A great example. A few years ago, how many of us thought Urban would be a great hire?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I would think it was almost unanimous.
Yeah.
He just flamed out within 5 games.
Yeah, but at the very least, he had been a head coach. I'm speaking of that assistant that moves up, whether or not that guy's going to get it done. But for Herb's part, your part in this is that, hell yeah, we thought he would be able to take that transition from college to pro and not miss a beat. So listen to this soundbite from Dan Campbell. This is him as an assistant way back when in Miami. And he's talking to his tight end. I'm guessing he was tight ends coach then because that's where he played the game. So anyway, he's talking to one of his players on the sidelines in Miami, and he gets in this kid's ear because the kid's not delivering a block to spring a wide receiver. So it is the tight end. But listen to the way he interacts with this player and see if you guys can get a feel and the vibe for this.
Hey, listen to me. When your teammate catches a ball, when Lamar breaks that, go block for him. You understand? Don't loaf down the field watching him run. Go block for him. Okay? You drop a ball, fine. Go block for him, please. The ones that can bounce back are the ones that can play and play style in this league. That's what you got to do. Put it behind you. Put it behind you. I want to see how you respond. If you let that get to you, we're going to know what you're about. But if you come back and you finish this game out strong, then we're going to know who you are.
Well, the tight end went on to make a block, and Dan went crazy. But did you hear what he said? He rips him, and then he builds him back up.
Yeah, I mean, that's spoken like a former player. I mean, he's saying first of all, you got to be accountable. Don't be around there jogging around while the play is going on. Don't be. It's not a spectator sport when you're on the field. All right, go down there and do something. And then he's saying it's next play up. You know, the one thing I hated, I'm always going to say it, I hated my bad. Just show me the next time that you're going to get it done. Don't come in the huddle and say my bad, because I know it's your bad. But I just don't want to see it again.
You're very aware of that.
Yes, I don't want to see that again.
How many of those my bad guys you think they're on this team right now?
We got a lit deal of my bads on this team.
And just one more thing real quick on this. And you guys know I'm a fan of the Honolulu Blue, and I'll fully admit it. But just to kind of give you an idea of what is happening up there right now, because they beat the butt of Duval, they are now the betting favorite to win the Super Bowl. That shouldn't surprise anybody because of what they've been able to do. But from the players themselves, and this is kind of interesting, that players they already loved Dan Campbell to begin with. But now, two of the guys, David Montgomery, and I'm looking to see who the other player is, if I can find it real quick. Anyway, a couple of Lions that are on the team right now changed their social media picture to Dan Campbell in high school, playing high school football with those big pads. And so they just took their picture off and changed it up and said, that's how much they're loving on him right now. That's good.
Yeah.
That's a vibe and a feel and a confidence.
Well, he's a former player. He's a player's coach. He knows when to rip them, and he knows when. I mean, kind of like Cowart when I was in Pittsburgh. Cowart knew how to rip you, but then he knew how to console you.
Right.
You know, so I mean, it was variations of him, and we knew he played before, so we had that profound respect for him because he was a former player.
That's it, more than anything else. All right.
Clearly, Joe, there are assistants that have done well in the NFL. I mean, you could all over the NFL right now, all over the NFL, right? Minnesota, Philadelphia, the Rams. You can look, just go over and over and over.
Right.
Guys that were since became head coaches, and they're, pretty good coaches.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, I know, but I guess what I'm kind of saying is, you're not talking about like keeping the guy here, are you?
No,
because that was kind of floated earlier in the week, the idea of keeping him.
Well, Coach put it out there that said, all he basically said was, if they win these games, don't be surprised if that's not discussed. And we read the Jeremy Fowler report, at least his reporting suggested that there was going to be a full clean house, that no one was going to survive. But then all Coach was saying is that if they do decide to dispatch the GM and they do play hard and win down the stretch, it's not impossible to think that Doug sticks around. But no, I think right now it needs to be a 100% reset. Unfortunately, look how big those – I just reposted this
on the high school
on
pads.
X. Look how big those pads are for Dan Campbell. And it was David Montgomery and Kirby Joseph that was changing either their Instagram or their X photo with Dan Campbell. They're loving on him right now.
Huh?
Those are O-linemen.
That's what it looks like, yeah.
Yeah, they're loving on him. All right, it is XL Primetime on a beautiful Thursday here in Jacksonville. Hang out with us. Joe C., Matty Hayes, Big Searcy, and RJ.
Cruising with XL Primetime in the First Coast Honda Dealer Studios on 1010XL.
Mia here for MyBookie. Our listeners have been killing it in a year full of surprises. MyBookie is the one book that's got your back. No fluff, no second guessing, straight up action. Does your other sports book pay out when you push on a bet? MyBookie pays you back. And if you're new to the game and not sure where to start, we've got you covered. Step 1, use our promo code 1010XL. That will double your bankroll with a 100% deposit bonus right from the jump. Here's a pro tip to get you rolling. The NFL teams with powerhouse offensive lines are dominating the run game this year, and betting game total unders has been printing money. Stack that with MyBookie's risk-free Thursdays. Why wait? That's right there, a new risk-free odds boost every Thursday. To find the bet, click the Bet Boost tab and scroll down. If it hits, you win. If it doesn't, MyBookie refunds your money. Sign up now and get your double deposit bonus with MyBookie, the best sign-up bonus for Florida bettors. Bet anything, anytime, from anywhere with MyBookie.
Greetings from Daytona, where a band of dreamers took a strip of beach and turned it into a proving ground. The Great American Race, where year after year, greatness is the destination.
Drivers, start your engines, let's go!
So book your experience and soak in 500 miles of history and tradition. The Daytona 500, February 16th, 2025. Secure your seats now at Daytona500.com.
This is the Mangler. Years of playing football coupled with lifestyle left my feet mangled with neuropathy. I was experiencing burning, tingling, and numbness. I spoke with 2 foot specialists and they told me there was no cure. They were wrong. I found Dr. Nate Riddle in Ponte Vedra. After utilizing his neuropathy treatment for only 2 weeks, I noticed a difference in my feet. I was regaining my feeling and balance. If you want relief from nerve pain, call Dr. Nate for a free consultation at Riddle Wellness, 904-395-5598.
Huddle up at Hurricane Grill and Wings, where every day is game day. From their famous wings to refreshing new cocktails, serving up the flavors you crave. And score big with awesome happy hour deals. It's the perfect spot to catch all the football action while enjoying your food faves, cocktails, and beer. Don't miss out. Grab your friends and family and swing by Hurricane Grill and Wings and see what everyone's cheering about. Find the restaurant nearest you at hurricanewings.com.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On November 21st, 1977, Baltimore Orioles first baseman, future Baseball Hall of Famer Eddie Murray wins the American League Rookie of the Year award.
Are you ready to upgrade your home? Experience the winning combination of style and performance with Renewal by Andersen. Energy-efficient, custom-built replacement windows and doors. Right now, save 20% on your entire project. Plus, 0 down, no payments, and no interest for 18 months. This offer expires November 30th and restrictions apply. Renewal by Andersen, a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com for details.
License number CGC 1527613.
Greenlaw Group is for the insured. If you think you have roof damage, call 904-302-7055 today, and they will schedule you a free roof inspection. Trust their law firm to help you fight your insurance when you need it. These storms can cause damage you may not even see yet. Call Greenlaw Group 302-7055. There's no cost to retain their law firm and no cost to have your roof inspected. They only get paid if you win. Greenlaw Group, for the insured.
Discover the difference that local expertise makes at First Coast Lighting and Fans. Visit their showroom at the Avenues and browse high-quality products to match your desire for elegance, quality, and uniqueness at First Coast Lighting and Fans.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative. Are the company's Zoom calls getting boring? Might be a good time to order some new logo caps or temporary tattoos. Check them out online at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too. From Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, rolling lot bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
Googan Nation, it's Dreamfinders Danny Hicken here to tell you this is no dream. The folks at Dreamfinders Homes right now have an unbeatable interest rate for you. You may not think you can afford a Dreamfinders home. Well, think again. Take advantage of a 2.99% year one rate. I said it, 2.99%. 15 Jacksonville communities to choose from. Find that dream house and take advantage of an unbeatable rate. Move now, literally. Dreamfinders Homes, the official home builder of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Are you an experienced plumber or welder with MedGas certification and you're tired of being undervalued?
It's time to make the move to Local 234 plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. With the best pay in the business, you'll earn $36.50 an hour. With benefits, that's almost $50. It's not just a job, it's a career that values you. Join the team that's got your back. Local 234, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit UA234.com to send your resume today.
Equal opportunity employer. This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
ESPN's Mike DiRocco was a guest this morning of Jaguars Today and was asked if he's surprised that the Jaguars have yet to make any moves with the coaching staff.
I don't get surprised by anything. I don't. Everybody in town thought that they were going to fire Trent Baalke after 2021, and he's still here. So, no, nothing surprises me with this franchise. This franchise had a guy steal $22 million over 5 years. Nothing surprises me. Nothing at all. It wouldn't surprise me if there are no changes at all. And Trent Baalke and Doug Peterson are back next year. It wouldn't surprise me.
ESPN's Mike DiRocco on Jaguars Today. I'm Andrew Gibson with your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars Update.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. This is XL Primetime. Brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool. On 1010XL.
I'm going to need D-Rock to take all that back, okay?
Is he trying to hurt us? Is that what he's trying to do?
He might be, to present the possibility that no changes could be made. It will put you in a bad mood. But I guess D-Rock did say one thing that is kind of true. Nothing should surprise you. Nothing does for him. It is XL Primetime. We are hanging out on a beautiful Thursday. You guys can join in. You can jump in the YouTube chat. All you got to do is watch the stream. You miss half the show, go back, watch any of the old ones. We always like that. You can catch up on everything quickly. Just search XL Primetime on YouTube. And then, of course, the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures, always up for grabs, 641-1010. And it has been used real quick on the hamburger front. And I at least have to hit a couple of these before I get to the coordinators. Smash Burger is smashed at the beginning, so it still locks in the juice. And then another one came in, next level, smash your roasted potatoes. And I have had TLD do that. That's a pretty good little play right there. But smash them, gets that extra little char right there, bust it up a little bit.
Really?
That's pretty good.
Put them on a flat top.
Yeah.
All right.
And here's the other one. And this one you got to check out, Matt, because this is on the text line. I love when our guys do their work. It just says, sincerely, disgruntled Smash Burger fan. It has I'm going to have to show you this one, Leon. It's got what you might describe as a dry, cold burger on one side. It says hamburger Matt grew up on versus the Smash Burger he says isn't as good.
Bro.
Now remember,
I'll tell you right now. I mean, like right now, I can make a burger on a grill better than that Smash Burger. Okay, right now.
That looks pretty dang good right there. Okay, and again, this comes down to: are you bragging on yourself or being critical of the idea, the innovation of the Smash Burger? Because
y'all tasted my pulled pork, right?
It's very good. It's outstanding.
Good. Yes,
it's outstanding.
You trust me on this thing?
I do. I trust you.
Yeah, but I'm all about the Smash now.
Yeah.
Are you really?
Oh yeah. Well, if I'm on the grill. TLD wants me to kill hers. She wants there to be nothing left to it.
Really?
And I don't.
On the grill?
On the grill. I'll do that. I'll smash and just get rid of all, because that's just how it's well done.
Right.
There's nothing you can do about it. You don't debate her. Salt, pepper, and just kill it. Mine, I never press on the grill. Okay? I'm not doing
inside,
it.
Right?
Yeah. I want it as juicy and everything. I'm not, but you go inside, you put it in a skillet or on a flat top. Oh, then you're pressing it. Then you're definitely creating some serious char.
Now, do you put anything inside your burger? Because I like a little blue cheese in my burger.
That's pretty good. Blue cheese crumbles, all melted in there?
Yes.
So the kids got us, and I'm sure plenty of dads that grill love these, but you got where you can make your patty, and then you could put cheese and then another patty and put it over it. And then you make one burger come together. It merges with the cheese in between.
Juicy Lucy.
You could do it with the blue cheese crumble.
Juicy Lucy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do the blue
But
cheese
they
crumble.
make them where you can just put them together.
Yeah, blue cheese crumble, and then put American cheese on top.
Oh, now you are going next level.
Wait a second. You're going. Wait.
I'm going with double
Before we go
cheese.
any further,
Double cheese.
you've got the tartness of the blue cheese, and then the cream of the American cheese on top.
That's crazy.
Right.
Next level.
That's a little.
I'm insane. It's okay.
It's a little insane, bro.
It's all right.
And I do agree with what they're saying.
Insanity.
I do agree with what they're saying on the text line. It's weird if you don't love both types of burgers. I 100% agree with you there. Jalapeno and white cheddar chunks. They got all kinds of stuff coming our way. I guarantee you, we get back to the warmth of summer, we're going to roll the grill outside. We're going to have a burger competition, which would be great. A couple of guys have been mentioned. Sean McVay, we had no idea who he was when he was the, quote, youngest assistant, came in under the Mike Shanahan, and then you can go down the line with all the other guys that were in Washington at the time, and it would have been Matt LaFleur, Kyle Shanahan.
Matt LaFleur's another one.
Yeah, a bunch of them. And Matt LaFleur 100% is, because if you look at Sean McVay's tree, or you can go, Mike Shanahan deserves some credit for all this.
Sure.
Because Kyle
Taylor.
obviously is a very good coach. And then you had these other guys that came in underneath him. And then Kevin O'Connell goes off. He's doing okay. Not great. But he's at least making chicken salad out of what he was dealt.
Zach Taylor?
Yeah. All of those guys came out of that group, that pack. The defensive coordinator.
Vrabel was an assistant before he became head coach.
Yeah, and he's back at least in the kind of pipeline as far as people talking about him. Other ones that haven't worked. Josh McDaniels definitely has not worked. Cliff Kingsbury was brought up. He right now, Kingsbury, is getting a little bit of a rebirth as a play caller because he's doing some nice things up in Washington with Jaden Daniels, but it just didn't work successfully enough in Arizona. He did make it to the postseason one year, and then Kyler Murray just kind of got beaten up too much. That's for sure. All right. We got to play this. We were getting to a couple of things in the college football world, and we're talking about all these big ball games that are coming up. And lo and behold, Herb chimes in. And Urban Meyer is on a regular podcast, The Triple Option, and it's with a handful of other dudes. RJ, do you know who the other ones are? I at least saw
Rob
Mark
Stone
Ingram.
and Mark Ingram.
Yeah, Mark Ingram. Okay. So those are the other ones. And so anyway, he's being asked about a couple of these big ball games that are coming up this weekend. He decides to channel his old Gator love and his anti-team to the north and to the west. Roll this soundbite from Urban Meyer.
Yeah, I don't call them the Gators anymore. The rejuvenated Gators, Mark. They're not necessarily back, but I'm gonna tell you something. I'm a fan of Coach Napier, and here's why. I don't know him. I met him once or twice. They've been obviously really, really struggling, but the one thing they have not done, like the team in Tallahassee, is quit.
That's Urban Meyer there, by the way.
Yeah, he is. He's taking a swipe. He's taking a
He's
shot.
piling on a little bit, you know. I mean, but picking on Florida State right now, there's no fun in it. For me, anyway, to see them this bad. I like beating Florida State when they're good, not when they're bad. You know, so I wouldn't pile on them.
There's not a little bit of you that.
No, man, it's gone. It's gone, man. Right? What I'm seeing lately of Florida State, sad, bro. It really is.
Okay, but yeah, they were unbeaten last year, so it hasn't been that long of a misery train.
That's true. That's true. But I told when they played in the Orange Bowl against Georgia and they lost 6-3. I told Florida State fans. I told them. I said that's the team you're looking at right now. That same team. Oh well, we had 20 guys that were out and weren't playing. I said, y'all lost to Georgia by 60, and now that replica of that game is what this season is all about. But I don't take any pleasure in piling on Florida.
No, and I always agree with your notion. I think most people do. College football is at its best when all these teams in our state are vying for something, and they're playing toe-to-toe in big ball games instead of playing toe-to-toe not to be the worst, which is where this couple of these universities
it hasn't been that way in a long time. Where all three of them were good at the same time.
Yeah,
a long time.
You got to go way back. You got to go back to the early O's, late 90s, and then Florida State won in 99. Then they were able to come back when Jimbo took over, but they went through that long period of time where they just couldn't quite tell Bobby that he had seen his better days, and then they had to get the Golden Chiefs to basically form a ring around him and tell him we're getting rid of you. And then he left 6-6, Florida State at the Gator Bowl. That was his last game. And they basically had to move him out ceremonially. And then Jimbo comes in. Obviously, he builds things up.
They literally moved him out.
They did.
Packed his office up.
Yeah, and Ann was so fire-breathing mad over what the university had done to her beloved Bobby. I don't blame her. She's.
I mean, Jimbo got you national titles, no doubt about that. But the way all that happened, the way that unfolded.
Jimbo probably had something to do with
it. Of course he did.
With that bad boy.
No, I did not know that. They evicted Bobby Bowden.
He went to his office 2 days after the Gator Bowl, and they had packed him up.
Wow.
Yeah, that's something. Whenever I got fired, one of the last times
maybe I'll root against Florida State again. Yeah. Because I've met Bobby. Bobby's a great guy.
Yeah.
God rest his soul.
Yeah.
I guarantee you Jimbo had something to do with that.
Yeah. Well, he was ready to get that thing working in his direction because he was, quote, the coach in waiting. And so, yeah, it drove him crazy. But if you go back in time, we all know that run that they had. And then they won a couple of national championships in the 90s. And then Miami survived probation and built it back up and one of the early O's and was cranking out some seriously good talent. And then Florida comes back in the mid O's, and we all know. But since then, no one has really been the kingpin with anybody else that they've been able to, kind of get into these heavyweight bouts annually with, because no one's been good enough for any length of time.
Yeah.
Imagine being TK Weatherall back then for Florida State president.
Yeah.
Jimbo says, I need my office now. And TK, who was already just basically burned every bridge ever with Bobby, says, yeah, somebody go in there and pack him up, man. Golly.
That's something. All right, so let's slide into the 3 o'clock hour and talk just a little bit more. Based on what Herb just said, the fact that the rejuvenated Gators, how scary is it for Ole Miss and Lane Kiffin knowing that all of a sudden this defense is starting to play at a pretty good clip, and DJ Lagway has come back and has made his share of plays. Nothing great over the top. It's not like he had this huge high completion percentage and threw for a bunch of yards, but they made plays. They took advantage of opportunities and beat LSU. Wonder what Lane's thinking, because this is a big ball game. It was considered a big ball game before because it might have been this guy saying, hey, I'm coming in to kick your butt and I'm going to take that job. Mm-hmm. Now it's a totally different dynamic, knowing that Billy's going to come back and that he's trying to get his team into the playoff. So we'll see. All right, Big Search, you're out the rest of the show.
Yep.
All right, we will talk to you. We're going to send you your picks tomorrow.
You got it.
Okay, listen, you've been tied at the top for at least a week now.
Yeah, I've tumbled a little bit.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember exactly where your picks were, but we'll pull those picks up. Did you go? Were you a 2-4 or were you a 3?
I went 2-4 this
all right.
season. Yeah.
All right, well, we'll keep an eye. We were all very close. It wasn't our best week. I think we had a couple of 2-4s and maybe a couple 3-3s is what we had.
Okay, I can live with that.
Yeah.
I thought I was like 4-2.
You always think that. Let's head into the 3 o'clock hour. It's XL Primetime.
You're riding in the First Coast Honda Dealer Studios. XL Primetime on 1010XL.
Hello, you're on the air.
There's more to 1010XL than radio.
1010XL is multimedia. All communication lines are clear.
Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Find 1010XL on your social channels. Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Hey, it's Linda Beaver. Whether you're new to the area or a longtime resident, you deserve the best and shouldn't settle when buying or servicing your car. At Beaver Chevrolet, we have built our reputation on trust. You can trust us to provide the best prices, the best selection, and the best experience. You can trust me. Your neighbors can trust me. Your family can trust me. We will not let you down. Come see us at Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville to let our family take care of yours. Trust me, we're here to wow you.
Attention sports fans, are you ready to take your game to the next level? Look no further than Best Bet. You can bet anywhere, but you'll definitely win here. Experience the thrill of sports like never before. With all the major games broadcasting live on our big screens and a menu stacked with your favorite foods and refreshing drinks, you're sure to find your winning ticket. Visit bestbetjacks.com to learn more. That's bestbetjacks.com. Bet anywhere, win here. Only at Best Bet.
Hey, gang, Prosser here to save you some cash. Maximize your home sale now with the market experts who deliver more money in less time, and those experts are Chad and Sandy Newman. Maybe you're worried about costly repairs or upgrades needed to sell your home. You don't have to worry. The worries are relieved with Chad and Sandy, the local real estate experts we are trusting and recommending with the sale of your home. Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. Mortgage rates are down. It's time to create your market. Marvin in Cobblestone writes, my siblings and I moved our parents to Maryland so they can get some extra help as they get older. Next, we had to sell the home to get them some financial help for their extra care. We hired Chad and Sandy, and they delivered big. Chad and Sandy's team got our home sold in 7 days above asking price. You can too. Call Chad and Sandy today, 904-414-6200, or go to chadandsandy.com. That's Chad, ANDSANDY.com.
Weekends were made for sports, and I'll tell you my take on this weekend's best options. Pick it here. Watch for Weekend with Dan on YouTube and Facebook. Weekend with Dan is brought to you by Stone Core. We do outdoors better.
The holidays are coming, and so is your family. Is your septic system ready?
Honey, why is the yard bubbling?
Dad, the dog's swimming in the septic tank.
That's one way to greet the in-laws.
Don't let a septic disaster be the highlight of your holiday dinner. Call Duck Duck Rooter today and get it fixed before Uncle Bob finds out the hard way. Duck Duck Rooter, your local septic experts. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. DuckDuckRooter.com.
This is Greg Huntington, a.k.a. The Mangler. I'm on the winning team at Waste Management. WM is the largest sustainability company in North America. If your business needs sustainable environmental services for waste removal and recycling collection, then you can count on the industry leader of WM to deliver results. Your services will be completed in a timely, safe, and eco-friendly manner. Go to WM.com/Duval. That's WM.com/Duval and get signed up today. If anyone can talk trash, it's The Mangler.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Slow, and I want to talk to you today about having a grateful spirit. As we journey in life, it's so easy to take things for granted, but I want to encourage you to never get tired of thanking God for your blessings. Take time also to thank the people in your life who have and are helping you to become the person you are today. Don't go through life complaining, go through life praising.
To hear more inspirational messages by Reverend Dr. Nicholas Lowe, please visit our website at stjohnthedivine.com.
Picking here with a message from Zero Res. You got to just love this time of the year as we reflect on the things that matter most. Families, homes, the holidays, and of course, football. They're very grateful for you all, the good people of Jacksonville, and they want to thank you. So get ready for the holidays. Book today, and Zero Res will clean your carpets for only $49 a room. Plus, they'll give you 25% off your tile cleaning. This one fills up fast, so book now on both carpet and tile. Zero Res, fill it forwards or backwards. It's the right way to clean.
This is Mark Nato. My sons and I have seen the doctors and PAs at Southeast Ortho for everything from lumbar spine stress to elbow tendonitis. Southeast has always been there, been truthful, and always been on point. Everything they say happens. We can't thank them enough for what they've done and the great care that they have taken of our sons.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
I'm Frank Frangie for Ricketts Electric. Hurricane season is here, and now's the time to think about a home generator. My friends at Ricketts Electric can make sure your home always has power. They can install the perfect generator for your home and are even offering a 10% discount this month if you mention 1010XL. So call my friend Zach Ricketts today at 904-320-5960 or find them on Facebook. That's Ricketts Electric, the city's best power connection. Call them at 320-5960.
This is Molly McDonald with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Local Sports Update. Brought to you by Projax Roofing. The Orlando Magic had their win streak snapped in last night's loss to the Clippers 104-93. Magic's head coach Jamal Mosley spoke postgame on the problem areas that led to the loss.
We didn't take care of the basketball the right way. 14 turns for 18 points, 15 offensive rebounds for 17 points, extra points, not finishing out possession. And then you foul three-point shooters 3 times. You don't give yourself an opportunity. And that's where our discipline has to come in. And I think that's part of it. We talked about it, understanding where the game plan was. We didn't do all those things tonight, and this is why the outcome is what it was.
Magic look to bounce back tonight as they stay in LA to play the Lakers. Tip-off at 10:30. Here in Jacksonville in college basketball, the UNF Ospreys will host their final home game of November against crosstown opponent Edward Waters. Tip-off at 7 o'clock. It's 66 degrees at 3 o'clock. Time in temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
3 o'clock hour is here. Big Searcy is out the door, but Joe C., Matty Hayes hanging out with you. You can definitely stay hanging with us and talk some college ball, Jaguar ball, which we will get back into, and the high school hit coming up a little bit later on with Justin Barney as we get we're now in the playoffs, okay? There's been some action on the gridirons from last week that we will catch you up on coming up as well. There was some reaction on the text line as far as the way things ended up in Tallahassee. And it's funny how quickly we can go back and just start thinking about certain things when we bring up a subject. And the idea is Florida State, and Miami, getting back to where they're all good at the same time, or they're playing for higher stakes. And you have Florida State going from an undefeated season right now into just lower than whale poop, something they never expected. Right. The promise of good play from the quarterback with DJU never, ever materialized. And then other things just went sideways. That's for sure. But some texters are saying blame TK Weatherall for that poop show for sure. And you think about it, and it's never easy when you have to say goodbye to a legend. Any of these guys that are ushered out, doesn't matter who we're talking about, what sport we're talking about, when everyone else knows it but the one, use Bill Belichick as an example. You think Robert Kraft ever wanted to can Bill Belichick? He probably thought that he might walk off with his reputation intact the way he would have liked, but that doesn't work. It doesn't happen that way. And you end up staying maybe a little bit past where you're supposed to. And it's happening with players, too.
He did stay a little longer than he should have. And the guy on the text line 649 says, but it was a wonderful Gator Bowl. It was.
It really
and it was a great post-game press conference. He stayed there till the last question. And Ann was right by his side the whole time. It was awesome.
Yeah,
was
and I was on the field when everything happened. They were carrying him off.
Yeah,
it was great.
But that's TK gets all the blame for that because he initially promised him that he was going to give him another year, then didn't because he was worried about losing Jimbo. And that's fine. I understand all that. Sometimes guys at the top got to make difficult decisions. And I get all of that, okay? I just don't like the way it ended. I don't like the fact that he walked into his office and he was packed up. He told me they had everything in my office packed up in boxes.
Yeah, think
about that.
I got canned one time, and they had to pack all mine up and ship them to me. They didn't even
right, but you're just JoJo.
Yeah, this is Bobby.
You didn't,
I totally get it.
You didn't completely build the station.
Well,
right?
this is the greatest at that time. Actually, I don't know if they had given him his wins back at that time, but it was he and Paterno winning as coach in major college football history. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was not the way it should have played out for him.
Where's TK now, by the way? Just retired in Tallahassee?
I really don't know. But it's funny back and forth on the text line.
Who was the AD there? It was Dave Hart then, right?
It probably was Dave Hart. Yeah. This year's FSU is next year's Miami without Cam. I don't know. The defection of talent that happened to Mike Norvell was because of the transfer portal. It's fleeting. I'm calling it Airbnb recruiting because you only get them
killing it in high school recruiting.
Yeah, you only get them for a little while, and whereas Mario is definitely building and bringing guys in that are going to be freshmen, sophomore, juniors. that may not last either. I'm not going to sit here and say Mario's got it built, because what the texter's saying is 100% true. Cam Ward came in there and lifted them up.
No doubt.
And he is a one-and-done dude. And
if they had DJU, I mean, they'd probably be right now they'd probably be 6-4.
Battling to get to that 6th win for a bowl.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, something like that. The gulf between what DJU served up in Tallahassee at that position and what Cam has done, oh my gosh.
Well, here's the thing, too, and I keep hearing Florida State fans, well, it's not all on DJU. A lot of it is. A lot of it. Because your team is your quarterback.
Right. That good play makes up for a lot of other things.
Look, there's no other way to say it. He's not good. He's not even average. He's not even like a serviceable quarterback.
Yeah, I
especially this year. He devolved at least a year ago when he was with Jonathan Smith, who's a terrific teacher of quarterbacks. He's now the Michigan State head coach. He at least was, like he had 22 touchdowns and 80 receptions. He was at least like serviceable. They won 8 games, I think, with him.
Well,
he got in that Florida State offense, and he looked like he didn't know what he was doing.
I argued the notion that what Jonathan Smith had done for him will bring him back to the Atlantic Coast a better quarterback. And I thought that, okay, that piece of play.
Well, it didn't.
Oh, my gosh. Believe me, I was wrong, dead wrong, because I felt like he had at least – and by the way, the funny part of it is that we watched Bo Nix go out there and thrive. And so I felt like it's a little bit of a false bottom. You don't know exactly what the defense is out in Pac-12 land. And yet Bo Nix is playing pretty dang well in the NFL, where there are really good defenses everywhere.
Yeah.
And so you have to give him credit. But DJU did not come back across the country a better football player. And it just completely caved on him. I thought Mike Norvell, with an improved DJU, would be able to do some better things. Of course, none of that happened. And it wasn't just that, but it was a lot of that. And I do agree with the notion that if that position is not only if it's not good, if it's bad, it's going to just absolutely open up a lot of other
it infects everything.
Holes and problems.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for a football team.
If you're not good at quarterback, everything, every other problem, every other wart you have gets exposed.
Yeah.
Because that's what a good quarterback hides all that stuff.
Meanwhile, I don't have the numbers up to date. At least I don't think I do. But Cam Ward, when you take a look at what he did before this last game, he was throwing it all over the lot. He's still one of the betting favorites to make it to New York with the Heisman Trophy. Now, this is more of a Travis Hunter and Ashton Genty conversation now. But if Cam Ward comes back,
I don't think Cam's out of it yet.
No, I'm just saying he's not the betting favorite. He was. He's just not now. And if he comes back and they win their last couple of games, we're talking Wake and what's the other one? Wake and
Syracuse.
Yeah, and the Qs. And then into an ACC championship game, pulls himself right back into that conversation.
In fact, Leon was saying earlier he'd rather play Clemson. I think for Cam's Heisman hope, even though SMU is ranked higher than Clemson right now, I think Clemson's it's just a bigger brand.
Oh, it's true.
And I think it's different when you go out and throw for 420 and 5 touchdowns against Clemson and you win 42-30 or whatever.
Right.
I think that's a little bit different. Whereas if it's 42-30 and you do the same against SMU, they're like, well, SMU was in the American Conference last year, for God's sakes. So I don't think he's out of it, and I think the whole idea that Travis Hunter is going to win the Heisman and it's a foregone conclusion is way off.
Right.
Way off.
Well, let's make this the 10-10 take. Just stay on this subject since we did bring up Travis Hunter, because the betting odds definitely have improved for him, that's for sure.
Now, Joe C's 10-10 take. Slow smoked and served up by Sonny's Barbecue. Local pitmaster since 68.
This is not the first time, but this is another time that we bring up Primetime and how he is ruling the college football world. 10-10 Take brought to you by Sonny's. You can enjoy a great meal, lunch, dinner. You can plan your tailgate. You can plan your party. They can cater for you no matter what you're talking about. Look for them all over the First Coast and get you some good barbecue. But we have been through these periods of time where Dion has been basically taken over the headlines. He was the darling for a while. He came into Jackson State, and we've all talked about it. Can you imagine a world where Dion went from, hey, I've just decided I want to be a head coach. I will be one next year. He comes into the game, has an unbeaten season, leaves Jackson State after a couple years, goes to Colorado, and may have been the leader in them defecting and breaking up the Pac-12. We really haven't.
It's all on Deion, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, we really have not dived into that story nearly as much as we probably could, but he was one of the main guys that fractured the Pac-12. Anyway, here he is now with a chance maybe to have the top 1 or 2 players in the National Football League go in the draft, Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders. And now he's made the proclamation, I just threw down my kickstand, I'm not going anywhere. Well, on top of that, he just got him a 4-star recruit. So
5-star.
5-star. You're right. The quarterback.
5-star quarterback. His name's Julian Lewis. He decommitted from USC and committed to Colorado. It's the highest ranked recruit in Colorado history.
Yeah. So the 10-10 take is that Deion, he was just kind of winging it when he first came in there. He had been able to bring in a few coaches on both sides of the ball that definitely helped him lift whatever team he was coaching, be it Jackson State or now the Colorado Buffaloes. I just give him a lot of credit for what he's been able to do. And now, he has declared that he's staying in Colorado, so more people will come. And I'm just saying, listen to me what I'm saying. He has declared he's staying in Colorado, so more people will come after him.
Yeah. I think that's part of it.
Yeah.
I think it's, and Spurrier used to say this all the time too, that when you let it out there that people are interested in you, like the NFL is interested in you, then high school players love that. Yeah. I want to go play for somebody that everybody wants. Yeah. I think I like the analogy of the kickstand. I wrote about it today in USA Today, but the reality is this. If Jerry comes with the job, if he says, hey, I want you to be my coach of the Dallas Cowboys, what do you think Deion's going to do?
Yeah, I said it right
He's
right from the jump that all of a sudden this is looking like something that would be the perfect way for Jerry to he's already going to jettison Mike McCarthy, and he needs to because the team has just fallen apart before the injury to Dak Prescott. But Mike McCarthy's had 3 successful regular seasons, and you're still going to run him off after that. But the best way to do it is know that you might have a favorite son that you get to bring back, that you can bring in as a savior of sorts. And don't think Jerry wouldn't love that last hire that he makes to pay off with one of his former Dallas Cowboys and finally give to him what he's been craving for so long.
But if you're Jerry and you realize you may only have a couple more shots at it,
that's it.
A couple more being 2 more years.
Yeah.
Is Deion the guy you're hiring?
I don't know. I come away more impressed with what Deion has done in the last 5, 6, 7 weeks. Shored up the offensive line, changed things.
I agree.
Yeah. And then and the other thing is he is using the heck out of Travis Hunter right now. Travis Hunter against Texas Tech. I'm trying to remember the play count that he had this past week. The week before, 131 plays. 131.
What are the boys right now? 3 and 6. They're 3 and 7.
Yeah, they're right there. They're I believe they're 3 and 6. And so,
I mean, if that looked like a bad team the other night, like a team that may not win again.
They're 3 and 7.
They finished 3 and 14, and get one of the top 2 or 3 picks. You get Deion drafts his son.
Dak is going to cost $80+ million.
Trade him.
The cap.
Trade him.
Oh, who are you going to trade him to? Who's going to eat that contract after you just had to sew his hammy back on?
There'll be some desperate team out there that wants him.
Maybe, but
the Jets after they get rid of Rodgers.
And that's probably, honestly, if Deion put it out there that I'm not going anywhere, which means I could possibly go anywhere. That's basically what he's done. And then if he does do that, and he mandates that it's a package deal.
Right. I'm drafting my son, whether you like it or not.
Then the dynamics may change a little bit. But Dak is costing. He's not reached Deshaun Watson level where you can't cut him and you can't trade him.
Close.
But it's close. It is a pricey deal that they gave him this offseason. So that's where they are. But it really has just become a fascinating thing. Now, Colorado is not out of this when it comes to the college football playoff, and we've been talking about it as well. The Big 12, you got a bunch of teams that are all right there battling it out. They fell below BYU last week as far as the first 4 conference champions in college football that would have that bye, and they have to fight their way back for that. And Colorado may be the team to do that. They
control their destiny.
Yeah, you guys.
They went at Kansas this week, which is going to be a difficult game.
Yeah.
Then they got Oklahoma State at home. Then if you win the Big 12 championship, you're in the playoff. Not only in the playoff, you got a first-round bye.
Yeah, it really is incredible what he's done. So like I said, tip of the cap to Primetime, that's for sure, from XL Primetime.
The First Coast Honda Dealer Studios on 1010XL. Here's another classic Florida Gator moment.
Tebow straight ahead into the end zone, and the Gators have put this one on ice.
1010XL, home of the Florida Gators.
Hey everybody, Mike Dempsey here. Let me tell you a little something that dawned on me last week. Awaken 180 isn't just about weight loss. Obviously, that's the main goal. It was for me anyway. Other people see me now, they comment, hey, you're looking great. I tell them it's Awaken 180, and they ask more questions. My answers are simple. When you start eating better, when your body starts operating more efficiently, your numbers, I'm talking about your medical numbers now, they're going to start to look better. I went to my doctors last week to get a biomedical screening. They check out everything. Guess what? My good cholesterol is in the right range. My bad cholesterol is in the right range. Whatever the heck triglycerides are, they're in the right range as well. And it's all thanks to Awaken 180 weight loss. Have a goal? Maybe goals, plural? Awaken 180 can lay out the roadmap to help you reach them, like they've done with all of us here at 1010XL. Call 844-346-1800 or schedule your consultation online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Do the Garber wiggle, Garber wiggle, 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 Garber wiggle.
It's the time of year all our customers love. At Garber Auto Mall, every 2024 must go. Take advantage of thousands in discounts on all new Chevy, Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Ford. Visit us in Green Cove Springs or at GarberAutomall.com. And remember, at Garber Auto Mall, there's always a little room for wiggle.
Do the Garber wiggle, Garber wiggle, 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 Garber wiggle.
Now, the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Gator Injury Report.
The Florida Gators welcomed back starting quarterback DJ Lagway after he missed the previous 2 games with a hamstring injury. Lagway's role played a massive impact in the Gators' 27-16 win over LSU on Saturday night. As the Gators are reaching the home stretch of their season with 2 games left, they will be releasing more information on this week's injury report coming up on Wednesday night. I'm Max Fink here with your Gator Injury Report update presented by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Jimerson Burr